BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
Australia's east coast braces for a deluge of severe thunderstorms, with warnings issued across Victoria, New South Wales, and Queensland. A significant cold front is sweeping through the region, bringing with it the threat of heavy rainfall, potentially leading to flash flooding, dangerous hailstorms, and hazardous driving conditions. The Bureau of Meteorology has flagged Sunday afternoon and evening as a period of particular concern for central Victoria, including Melbourne, and extending into New South Wales's Riverina region. Queensland is also in the firing line, with severe storms anticipated across its southeastern areas, encompassing the coast, Darling Downs, and Wide Bay Burnett. Cities like Brisbane, the Sunshine Coast, and the Gold Coast are warned of a torrid time ahead, with the possibility of very dangerous thunderstorms developing. Residents are urged to remain vigilant and closely monitor official warnings. The damp conditions are expected to persist along much of eastern Queensland into next week, with Tuesday predicted to be the wettest day as a low-pressure trough continues to draw moisture inland. Beyond the immediate weather threats, significant developments are unfolding in Australian politics and the nation's economic outlook. Environment Minister Murray Watt is pressing ahead with ambitious environmental reforms, aiming to streamline the approval process for projects and accelerate the transition to renewable energy. He has expressed confidence in the legislation, urging Parliament to pass the reforms, which he believes will foster faster decisions, whether positive or negative, benefiting not only renewable energy projects but also housing development and job creation across the country. Minister Watt has also confirmed that ministerial powers regarding project approval will be retained under the new framework, a point of contention for some conservation groups like the Australian Conservation Foundation. They argue that a fully independent environmental protection agency, with the minister setting rules and the EPA assessing and approving projects against national standards, would offer greater consistency and certainty, preventing developers from unduly influencing decisions and safeguarding Australia's natural heritage. Meanwhile, the nation's economic pulse is being closely watched, particularly regarding inflation and interest rates. Hopes for a rate cut on Melbourne Cup Day appear increasingly dim, with strong inflation readings anticipated. A sharper than expected inflation report this week could postpone any relief from the Reserve Bank of Australia when it convenes in early November. Economists predict a rise in headline inflation to around 3%, a notable increase from the previous quarter's 2.1%. Underlying inflation, the RBA's preferred metric, remains a subject of debate among experts, with some expecting it to hold steady and others forecasting a slight increase. This domestic economic picture is playing out against a backdrop of positive news from Wall Street, where cooler inflation data and robust corporate earnings have propelled major U.S. stock indexes to record highs, setting a cautiously optimistic tone for global markets. In a somber report from Queensland, a man has been charged with violating a domestic violence order following a tragic car crash that resulted in the death of a 3-year-old child. The incident, which occurred early Saturday morning, saw a vehicle veer off the road. Authorities were alerted after a man, allegedly fleeing the scene with a 1-year-old boy, was later located. Tragically, a 3-year-old boy, who was brought to the police station by a witness along with a woman, became unresponsive in the foyer and later died from apparent head injuries. Police have confirmed a domestic violence order was in place, and the couple had been separated. The 1-year-old is not believed to have sustained injuries. Further west, Victoria is also grappling with health concerns related to the weather, with the risk of thunderstorm asthma elevated to high in the state's north. This warning comes as a significant thunderstorm approaches, carrying the potential to trigger widespread asthma-like symptoms in susceptible individuals. This phenomenon, known as epidemic thunderstorm asthma, is thought to be caused by a potent combination of high pollen counts and specific thunderstorm conditions, and the current meteorological outlook supports this elevated risk. In Tasmania, a tragic incident unfolded in Hobart's popular waterfront tourist precinct, resulting in a fatal stabbing. A fight broke out between two groups in a city car park near Salamanca Place, leading to one young man, aged 20, sustaining fatal injuries and another, aged 23, being hospitalized with non-life-threatening wounds. Police are investigating the altercation, which they believe to be an isolated incident potentially linked to a prior encounter between individuals from the involved groups. A 20-year-old has been taken into custody as investigations continue. On a more reflective note, Australia is marking a significant anniversary with celebrations for the 40th return of Uluru to the Anangu people. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese attended the ceremonies, acknowledging the Anangu's patience and grace in sharing their sacred land with all Australians. After decades of exclusion, the Governor-General, Sam Mostyn, also addressed the celebrations, commending the Anangu people for their custodianship and their pivotal role in the land rights movement, which saw the title deeds officially presented 40 years ago. This historic event, a cornerstone of Aboriginal land rights, has ensured Uluru, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, remains a profound symbol of cultural connection and shared heritage. Meanwhile, Attorney General Michelle Rowland has reaffirmed her confidence in the National Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Paul Brereton, following revelations of his prior consultations with the Inspector General of the Australian Defence Force. Rowland stated that all necessary disclosures were made through the appropriate departmental channels and that the government trusts the Commissioner in his important work. In other political news, Nationals Senator Matt Canavan is expected to present his findings on the Net Zero review to the coalition this week. Concurrently, Barnaby Joyce has indicated his continued commitment to the Nationals Party, though he will not be attending party room meetings for the current sitting fortnight. The nation also received a stark warning regarding potential global health impacts, with the former head of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control emphasizing Australia's need to step up to prevent catastrophic and preventable loss of life in the wake of cuts to international health initiatives by the